This is going to be one of the best transformations that you ever seen. We're cutting the dreads off, getting ready for a mid-fade hair unit. Fire. You'll see in a minute. Now, I'm cutting the dreads off, getting ready to cut some more of the extensions off, and we're taking them straight to the shampoo bowl. As you can see, we're taking them straight from the shampoo bowl to the barber chair. We got the blow dryer on it. We are drying the hair, removing excess hair that may be trapped in the haircut, or as well, wet hair. We're getting this man ready for the next level. As you can see, I'm breaking down the hair evenly because I'm getting ready for the next step, which is creating the lineup and as well, getting ready to blend. Now this process, I like to use a black eyeliner. The black eyeliner is good for your visual purposes, so you can make sure that your line is straight. I like to use both hands. You may use other techniques. I use my right hand for the right side, left hand for the left side. That's just what I do. The next order of operation is getting ready for the horseshoe. I like to start my horseshoe from temple to temple, going around from the left side of the temple to the parietal ridge, around the back to the occipital bone, around the right side of the parietal ridge, back to the right temple. From there, I clear off the crown area, getting ready for the products. Now for my enhancements, I like to use the natural black Kiss color, Kiss Expressions. It's a great color to use for your client. Use a light coat. You don't necessarily have to use a heavy coat because it covers and it spreads real fine and good. Find your good small brush to use enhancements for the beard and the edge up, and I promise you, it'll be a look worth going for every time. Now you remember the product that I was talking about earlier? Now, here's the first layer of product. This right here is Bold Hold Skin Protectant. It acts as an extra layer of skin protecting the scalp from the adhesive. Remember that. Next order of operation is applying the Bold Hold Active Adhesive. It's a great product along with the Bold Hold Skin Protectant. The skin protectant needs only 10 seconds to dry. After that, apply the adhesive. Use it sparingly. The spatula is a great tool to use to spread the adhesive. You should stay within the line or the boundaries of the crown. Don't go outside of any of the lines, for it'll only make for more work and a harder cleanup. Mark my word. The next order of operation is laying down the system. The system is a polyurethane 6mm 1B 8x10 wave unit. Now, as you can see, I'm laying the system down right behind the line of demarcation in which I drew above the forehead. Now, I'm simultaneously stretching and pulling and laying the hair down. And what this does, it decreases the chances of getting air bubbles. Now do this until you reach the occipital bone. From there, let the hair sit so the glue can adhere. Now the next task is a very important task. You need a paddle brush for this. And what is needed is to brush that hair with the paddle brush, making the hair poof out. You want to get all kinks out of this system because you're going to need this for the next level. Now the next order of operation is using the razor to cut the excess hair that's hanging over the horseshoe, which is going to cause problems if you leave it. So cut the excess hair that's hanging over the horseshoe so your horseshoe and your hair can match up and stick evenly. Now for this particular step, you're gonna need a rat tail comb. Now with the rat tail comb, I like to part the hair at least 2 centimeters above the lip of the unit. Now do this on a 360-degree circumference around the unit. From there, I use Velcro clips to hold the hair up and I begin my thinning. Now this technique is where the rubber meets the road. You got to have a good pair of thinning shears, comb their hair out, use your thinner shears to cut in 3 sections of the hair that you just cut. You cut, comb, removing excess hair that's within the system. Use this technique in a 360-degree circumference and get ready for your next step. Now this technique acts as a fine finishing tool, the razor comb. It removes the excess hair that's hanging down over the perimeter of the unit. Now this is my technique. I like to use the Bevelers Forfex Gold Series clippers with the guard or the blade closed, trimming down the excess or loose ends that's around the perimeter of the hair that's flowing down the occipital bone and the parietal ridge or the perimeter of the unit. Next order of operation, I like to use the Design Essential Foamy Mousse with avocado. It's a great product to use to lay the hair down as well as give the hair a sheen and a good hold. In this next process, you begin edging, trimming off the excess hair over the forehead. Now, the hair is molded, so it's hard, so you have to be careful with your client and as well your clippers, and make sure you give the right precise cut to make that cut come out fire. Now this particular technique, I always like to use to detail a haircut or a unit. I use lace remover. It removes adhesive. It removes pencil. It removes any type of buildup from spritz or the mousse. It helps finish and detail the edge up and helps it to look exuberant. Now there it is, another dope unit by me, Mike Sales, aka 10 Stacks. Yeah.